Hi everybody, it's Janice, and today I am going to show you how I made this very simple thank you card. I have a bunch to make, and so I'm going to show you how I did that. I found this paper at TJ Maxx, and it was on clearance, and I really like these 6x6 for card making because the patterns are nice and small. And this one's called Yearbook, and I love the colors on it. So let us begin. So I cut a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper in half, okay, at 5.5 inches, and that gives you a standard A2 size card. Then I took my pattern paper and I cut it down to 4 by 5.25. Okay, so that's what's on there. And then my card base is over here. Got a little assembly line thing going on. So that's going to go there. I did ink the edges of my pattern paper here. What I like to do is take something like a brown, I mean it could be any color, and just kind of go along the edges, and you could do this as heavy or as light as you would like, but it really does help to kind of give it a finished edge. Okay. So there's one finished. Then I cut these little circles that there's something like 1.6 something or other. I did it on Cricut Craft Room. I didn't really notice what size it was, but I just wanted this little snowflake from Teresa Collins December 25th cartridge to kind of be layered on top of it. So that was my whole goal, and that wood grain paper also came from that Yearbook collection from American Crafts. All right, now we're going to I'm going to show you that I used the shaved ice to give it that whole frosty look. So all I did was I knew I wanted it to go in the center here, so I took my ATG gun and just put a whole mess of adhesive there. You could also use glossy accents or any liquid glue, because that would work, but then you would have to let it dry for a while. And I'd really like to get these done today so that I can put them in the mail. I send all of our family photos. We live far from our family. All of our family is from New York, and so most of them live there, so they don't get to see us, open presents and all that. So I take lots of pictures, my husband and I do, and then we send them a little stack of photos of each person with the gift, and I think that they enjoy that. Okay, so there's that little embellishment there, and I didn't add anything else to it because, again, I'm mailing this, and I'm also putting photos in the little package, so I just don't want too much bulk. So we're keeping it really and truly very simple. Okay, so let us get the next layer. The next layer you see here is these tickets, and I've already cut them out and stamped it, but I want to show you that I just by accident today realized that you can cut more than one at one time. Now, one of my subscribers, she said that with the Bigs die, I could cut more than ones. Like, she cuts 5 of them at a time, which is awesome. But I didn't think that you could do that with the little thin dies, just because, well, they're thin. But by accident today, I figured out that you can do it. So let me show you what I did by accident. So I'm going to get my little die. This comes from the Stamps of Life, Stephanie Bernard's dies that coordinate with her stamps, which I love. And I got this from Robin for Christmas. She hooked me up with quite a few dies this year. So thank you, my friend. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get a piece of paper and we're going to run it through. Okay, and what I want to do is maybe fold it. Maybe if I did it in thirds, it would be cool. So I'm going to score it first, only because it will fold a whole lot easier. I'll show you how you score if you don't have, this is 6 inches, I think. Yeah. So we'll do it at the 3-inch mark. If you don't have a scoreboard yet, because you know you're just getting started, what you can do, and we're going to do it at 2 inches, not 3 inches, is you can put your paper and line it up in your trimmer and use that as a scoreboard. And then line up the next, that score with the 2. Okay, and now we can accordion fold this and run it through. And if you're wondering what kind of paper this is, this here happens to be from Stamping Up. I got a stash of stuff from a friend of mine named Trish Deer. She was destashing because she has a new business and she needs her craft room for her new business. And so happens I was at her house and she shared that with me, and of course I was very happy to help her out with that endeavor because, you know, I'm helpful that way. So I mean, I was just being helpful, so don't judge me. So anyway, let's see. So now I'm going to take, okay, so I've got my A plate, my B plate, then my 3 layers of paper here. I'm just going to do 3 because this paper's super thick. Now normally on a regular basis what I use is I use Michael's Recollections paper cardstock. It cuts great in the Cricut and I think it's good quality. I'm going to go all the way through and then I'm going to come back. We are shifting here all the way through. And of course I have enough space that I could do 3 more up there. Uh-oh, it didn't go all the way through. Now, since I know that, then I'm going to add a shim to this, which means just another layer to add more pressure. Usually when that happens, all it means is that you don't have enough pressure. So let's just run it through again. And each Cuttlebug is calibrated differently, so yours might be different. It might not need that much pressure, or it might need more. It just depends, okay? So this should do the trick. When you hear that click, it means that it came out on the other side. Okay. So this should be good, and it is. Okay, so we're going to save that because I'm going to run it again because like I said, I got a lot of cards to make. And look at that. We got 3 cut out at once, which for me, I love that. I hate doing it one at a time. That's one of the reasons why I never really wanted those dies, because I was like, really, I could do this so much faster on my Cricut, but my Cricut doesn't coordinate with the stamps, so that's why I love the Close to My Heart cartridges, because they have stamps that coordinate, and that is very exciting to me. So, alright, let's move on here. So we're at 10 minutes already. Okay, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp this now. And here is the stamp set that I was saying. Okay, this is called Tickets2stamp, and I got it because I'm in the club. It's a stamp club. You sign up, and then every month she automatically sends you the stamp of the month. Which, to be honest, I think there's only one that I didn't like so far, and I've been in for more than a year. So I'm happy with it. But you gotta like to stamp, you know what I mean? So, all right, looking for some ink. Okay, so here's my stamp. I've got it here on my stamp press, my Fiskars stamp press, and I recommend it, highly recommend it, especially for this kind of stamping, because this has got to sit down flat, and then you ink it. That's not my favorite ink or anything, but it's what I had close by. It's the Recollections brand dye ink, and I got them when they were on clearance, and I can't say that I would recommend. I would say stick with the good quality Memento, or the archival ink is awesome. Okay, so there we go. So now we're going to stamp thank you, thank you, thank you in red chili powder ink. That's from Jenny Bolin. I don't know if you can get those Jenny Bolin inks anymore. I don't have any of Stephanie's inks. Stephanie Barnard from the Stamps of Life. I don't have any of them. Okay, so look how nicely that stamps. And the thank you so much is also from that same stamp set, Tickets2stamp. Okay, and so now we're going to add this. Let's use it on this one. I love that color combination right there. I wish I had tons of this paper, because I love those colors. So now all we have to do is adhere it down. Let me make some embellishments out of the leftover pieces. I have tons of little leftover pieces. I'll show you in a moment. And then this is going to go here. I got a bigger craft mat yesterday at Michael's. I had a class with my friend Kim. So enjoying our time together, and I used my 50% to get a bigger black mat. I think it just shows up better when I'm recording. So there you go. There's my very, very simple card. I mean, I really wanted to add a button and a bling and some twine and make it all blue. But if I add anything more, it might be some smaller ones, smaller snowflakes, like just to add a little cluster. These are those Memento dies that Robin gave me. So like I might add a couple more like that, you know, and just kind of like layer them. Or maybe 2 smaller ones from a different die. So, love that. And then, what else was I going to show you? Oh, my leftover pieces right here. I think I'm going to make some little squares. Oops. So see, like, look at all this leftover. So I could cut it down to a little square like this. And I know that's 2 inches, so I'm going to cut it 2 inches the other way. And I would have 3 squares. Okay, so we could do this, we could use them on a scrapbook page or on another card with a different, let's see, I could do this. And there we go, we've got a little embellishment for a scrapbook page or for another card. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for your sweet comments, and enjoy the last few days left of 2013. Thanks for watching.